Kempire is brought to you by. Do you know how important it is to rate and review a podcast? Rate and review the Kempire podcast today. 5 stars. Let us know what you love about the podcast. Rate and review the Kempire podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Did you know that you can watch the Kempire channel on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitter? Follow us on all of our platforms. More information on our YouTube, our Blue Sky, our Twitter, aka X, and more socials, and every way that you can support us will be available in the episode notes. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. So I shared with you my morning skincare routine. Now I'm sharing my nighttime skincare routine, brought to you by our friends over at Buttah. Over the last several weeks, we've partnered with Buttah, and I've been utilizing their skincare routine, and I have been loving it. So let me share with you my nighttime skincare routine. It's very simple, and it's made even simpler by our friends over at Buttah. First, I start off with their cleanser. Wash your face with their cleanser. Then I use their silky soft towel, which I love. I love. They're disposable. They are quality. You shouldn't be using the same towel that you use to dry your body on your face. And then I'm using their retinol. People don't understand the benefits of retinol. Smaller pores, youthful skin. A lot of people don't even utilize this. You should. All you need next is their Cocoa Shea moisturizer. As I've said before, they've made my routine a lot simpler because I've had to use a different morning moisturizer versus what I use at night. With their Cocoa Shea moisturizer, I can utilize it for my morning and my evening. I just put a little bit less on in the morning. At night, I put a little bit more. And that's it for my nighttime routine. One of the other big questions that people have asked me, is there a scent in the moisturizer? Very light scent. The other question people have asked me, is Buttah Black owned? Not only is it Black owned, their president is a Black woman. But of course, you also ask, can we get a discount? Of course, get 10% off when you use my link, buttahskin.com/Kempire. More information on Buttah will be available in the description. Thanks, Buttah. Woo! Thanks, Buttah. Goodness, what's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. We had such a busy Monday. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. By the end of Monday, I'm just sort of like, what's going on? If you missed it, though, after our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap and Married to Medicine recap, I also posted a new video about Sherri Shepherd. Sherri Shepherd went on her daytime talk show while we were busy, talking about other people. She went on her daytime talk show and talked about how an unnamed celebrity, and word on the street, it's actually Nia Long, allegedly, we'll say, because Nia has not confirmed, basically accosted her at the Othello premiere. Damn it, Candy, why wasn't I invited to the Othello premiere? I could have been getting the tea. I could have been like, I saw it. See, that's why they don't invite me nowhere. Because I'm going to be like this. What? Who, what, where? Yeah. So we did that video yesterday. So if you missed it, be sure to check that out. I know the algorithm is not necessarily always algorithming for everyone. So be sure to check that out. Go to our page here on YouTube and check it out. Search Kempire and check it out. That also helps the channel as well. Shout out to Fem Tower. Fem Tower's in the building. Fem Tower says, are we surprised by Garcelle's exit? Well, we're going to get into Garcelle. Garcelle this morning announced that she will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the reunion looks. If you were here yesterday during my Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, I had a very interesting reaction to her look because I didn't expect to see that. I'm going to be like this. Look. Hold on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it live right now because I am mad. Oh, wait. I see Garcelle's picture. Garcelle! I'm sorry. What? Garcelle. Okay, we'll do a separate live talking about these looks. Garcelle. Okay, Garcelle. Okay, let me focus. Hold on. That was really my live reaction to, because we were looking for something else in regards to Kenya Moore, and I was just like, came up, it was the first picture on my feed, and I was like, And everyone has said Garcelle has 8. We will get to it. Also, our shout out to our friends at OMFG Reality TV. They posted that Love Hotel, the reality show, the dating reality show that's going to star some Real Housewives, including Shannon Beador, Giselle Bryant, Ashley Darby, and Countess Luann de Lesseps. She's no longer a countess, but once a countess, always a countess. So they did they released the trailer for it. And I want to play the trailer, just a reminder. Let me read the copyright disclaimer, because you just don't know with these things. I know I put it in the description, but just in case, the algorithm doesn't necessarily tell them what I'm saying. Let me read it to you again, okay? Just a disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for, quote, fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, and promotion, unpaid promotion for Bravo and Peacock. Okay, sorry. That doesn't fall under the law. Okay. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay. All right. So I can't play the video for you. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk my channel and copyright for y'all entertainment. Okay. Okay. Let me just play for you the clip, if I could find it. I just lost it. Please hold. Look, please, and hold. All right. Let me see if I can find it again. Hold on. Love Hotel. Let me just go directly to our friends. I don't know why I lost it. It's okay. It's a live show. And if you haven't already, guys, be sure to like the video. It's easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Love Hotel premieres on April 27th, they said, on Bravo. All right. So let me play the clip for you.
Is it?
Welcome to the Love.
I'm gonna date multiple people? This isn't some sex hotel. Is it?
Welcome to the Love Hotel. I will be your love concierge, and I'm checking.
That's Joel Kim Booster. Remember, he was the one who called out Shannon Beador for bad behavior on the set and how she treated people. And then he came back because the Bravo universe turned on him because everyone loves Shannon Beador. But I told you, multiple sources have said things, and a lot of people have come out and said, yeah, I've heard about Shannon Beador behind the scenes, allegedly. So he's hosting this show. So that's the voice that you hear.
And 4 real housewives whose love lives are more disaster movie than rom-com.
Please don't let it be about Tom.
You have a boyfriend and a wife. He said 6 or 7 babies, mama. If it happened on your watch.
Nobody deserves to be cheated on.
But that's all about to change.
Please, Lord, give me somebody.
Gentlemen, come and meet the sword lady.
Oh, my
They're established, they're successful, they're all hung.
I just want to pause this because I will say this, based off the guys, I know you guys can't see this, but I'm watching it. I'm giving you a play-by-play. There's only like 2 men on this cast that I know for sure that Giselle Bryant would actually be interested in. Only 2. So we already know that this is a scheme that Todd, or whoever set up for Giselle just to be on another damn show. Ashley, she'll date anything. But Giselle, we know Giselle's type. All right.
Bolo.
The men have.
Wait, let me play it again because that was funny what he said.
They're all hung like bolo.
Not they're all hung like bolo.
Come to the Love Hotel.
Waves of men will visit the Love Hotel, but the ladies decide who checks in.
Here, player, take my key.
And by the end of their stay, they won't be checking out alone.
I'm really working on my daddy issues at 60.
Mind you, didn't she say, because she was dating Jack Harlow, what was his name? Josh Harlow? I don't know his real name. His name's Josh. Ashley. So there's a bunch of older men. I don't really see any young men in this. Fentaro says, any news on when Shaw's reboot premieres? You're the psychic. We're asking you. Any word on when that will premiere? So I thought she was getting over her daddy issues, but there are a lot of older men here, and I'm seeing, based off this trailer of Love Hotel, Ashley is smooching on the older men. So I guess, she's looking for her next opportunity to finally get the bag. She didn't get it in this other divorce. Look, this is Love Hotel for those that are just joining us, that we're playing the audio from the premiere.
Old. I'm going to date multiple men. Darn it.
Booty call. Just do a little hump. A little hump, hump. Did you kiss it yet?
But it's not that good.
Get your husband, girl.
Who would you like to take out on this one-on-one date?
Ralph?
So Shannon and Giselle want to take out Ralph, this older white man. He's handsome older white man with gray white hair, and apparently they both Shannon and Giselle want to take this guy out.
Is it you, Shannon? Yes, I'm gonna take your man.
Is this a joke?
And I do believe that Giselle will take somebody's man.
No one touch Luann because she's my girl.
No, I'm not. This is red flag, and red flag.
I'm not your ex. Sidebar, Ashley does not fit in with this crowd. And I get it. It's a dating show. And then, yes, she's dated older. But realistically, like, these are older women. These are women of a particular age. She does not fit in with the premise of this show. They could have gotten another woman that's equivalent in age. And the men are all older. And again, we know Ashley will date anything. She will. Okay. All right, let me play the rest of this.
Your ex, okay?
Red flag, and red flag.
I'm not your ex. I'm not even close to your ex, okay?
Don't touch my girlfriend.
Okay.
I heard him screaming at me. I think he's full of shit. I'd punch you.
You can't come in here and say that, Post.
You're beautiful. You deserve better.
Yeah, you look great.
Okay. It's time for you to make your final decision.
This is really, really hard for me.
I'm honestly torn about.
I have to say, Countess Luann, she still looks really, really good. Whatever she's doing, I don't know. I know she's allegedly stopped drinking. She looks really, really good, Countess Luann.
Who I would choose. Like,
Oh, God. Here we go with Ashley and her tears.
Pack your bags and check in to Bravo's Love Hotel, April 27th on Bravo. And
So they're saying new series, so it seems as if they're going to make this a thing. April 27th, and you can stream it both on Bravo and on Peacock. Someone said, I think it was Naomi, who said that Love Hotel was filmed before Potomac. I think, no, it wasn't, because they ended up, there was an issue for Giselle because she was still talking to that guy that she met on Potomac. It was filmed after. The same for Ashley. So no, it was definitely filmed after. All right. There are my comments. All right. HG, thank you so much for the super chat. HG says, when was the Love Hotel filmed? I saw Ashley wish Josh Harlow at the Hamilton in DC just 2 weeks ago. Love Hotel was filmed after they filmed the new season of Potomac, which makes sense when you think about the timeline of how everything is coming out. Will you be watching, though? It's coming out on April 27th. I mean, if I have nothing else to do, I'll give it a twirl. I'm sure it won't be like a long season. So look, we'll see. Good Girl says Giselle has always given mistress energy. I can't co-sign that because that's never really run across my mind, especially because when we know her history of being cheated on so badly by Pastor Jamal Bryant, I can't say that's been my first thought. But look, we're open to different thoughts. Anyone else agree? Okay, Foxy said, I'll be watching. Lana says, maybe I will watch. Theo says, I will be watching Love Hotel. Okay, all right. Let me see. Oh, okay. Femtaro's making predictions in the live chat. Wait till I drop some tea. I will be dropping tea today. All of you, I've been hinting at the tea, and I've just been waiting for the other shoe to drop. Femtaro says, Garcelle is leaving. She's over at Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I have a feeling she may have landed an acting job. Well, first of all, I don't like the way you said that, Fem. She's been acting. She's in 2 series. She's in one series on Hulu. She's in another series on Netflix. She has her deal with Lifetime. So she's been in a bunch of stuff, but she did hint in her video today that she has another thing coming that she hasn't announced yet. And I'm waiting for the Garcelle Bouvet talk show. She's done it with The Real. She's just a natural at it. You know how many unnatural people are doing daytime talk shows right now? Whoa. The daytime talk show game right now is whack. I'm just going to say it. And it's not because I'm not there yet. Okay? I will be there. I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying at the current state of affairs, daytime talk is whack. The good majority. There's a handful. I'm not mentioning any names. I've already done it before. Okay? But for the good majority are whack. You know who you are. You probably don't know who you are. You know, how often do people know when they're whack? Whoa. All right. How do we get into that? Oh, Femtaro. Sydney said, name them. Not yet. I've already have named them multiple times. I'm not going down that route. Duchess says she likes Garcelle on Survival of the Thickest, which the new season of Survival of the Thickest will be coming soon to Netflix. So stay tuned for that. And Garcelle is in that. All right. Before we get to the Garcelle of it all, I'm going to make y'all wait a little bit longer. Let's talk about the Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion fashions that came out yesterday. I did do a short form video talking about the reunion looks. So we're going to talk about it. I promised you yesterday that we would go live and talk about the reunion looks. As always, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear how you would rate them. So even if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your ratings in the live chat. Okay. JW says in Sutton's voice, name them. Name. Have you seen any of my latest videos? I've been using the name them video a couple of times. Tamara says, I would love a Garcelle talk show. Look how she got Sutton to open up by asking her a taboo question about her money. She would be really good. There are so many examples of why Garcelle would be fantastic at a daytime talk show. She is personable. She is funny. She's done it before. She's had the experience. I loved her podcast where she talked about dating and sex and things like that. So I could see her doing it daytime or nighttime. Hopefully that's in the works. Call me Garcelle. I love to be on. All right. Ms. Parker says, I loved your live reaction to Garcelle Kempire. Let's play it again. I'm going to be like this. Look. Hold on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it live right now because I am mad. Oh, wait. I see Garcelle's picture. Garcelle! I'm sorry. What? Garcelle. Okay, we'll do a separate live talking about these looks. Garcelle. Okay, Garcelle. Okay, let me focus. That was my live reaction. All right, let's get to these reunion looks, okay? And then we will get to Garcelle announcing that she won't be returning to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and what could be the reason behind it. And look, normally I would say, well, people move on and people need to learn how to move on when it's time. I think it's a combination of that and what I've already told you. I was like, what happened at that reunion? Okay. Vanna says we need that as a soundbite. Okay, so you're like the 10th person to tell me that, so I'm definitely going to have to do that. All right, let's move on. Let's get to these reunion looks. I'm going to start with the friend ofs, okay? And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We have already over 1,000 people in the building. And speaking of Femtaro dropped by the channel this past Friday to talk about dating and astrology. So if you're into that and you haven't seen that yet, or you haven't listened to our podcast version of it, you can watch it here on our YouTube channel, but you can also listen to it on the Kempire podcast, along with my recap of the White Lotus episode 5. But that's under our Club Kempire subscription. Oh, and I just made it available for another free 3-day trial. The way I was talking in that recap, you would have thought it was a Kempire After Dark. We were talking about sex and all kinds of stuff. All right. Be sure to subscribe today. More information on Club Kempire will be available in the description. All right, let me get to this. Let's get to the reunion. Let's start with Kathy Hilton. Kathy. Let me see what Bravo TV. Okay, first of all, let me just read what Bravo is saying in regards to these reunion looks. So, after a dramatic and fashion-filled season, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14 cast gathered in Los Angeles to film the reunion on February 28th. For the occasion, Kyle Richards, Dorit Kemsley, Erika Jayne, Garcelle Bouvet, Sutton Strack, and Bozema St. as well as friend ofs Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton, gathered in beautiful gold and cream-colored ensembles that took our breath away. With everything from beaded embroidery to classic Hollywood glam, elegance to royal, historical fashions, the ladies definitely brought their fashion A-game to the couches with host Andy Cohen. Scroll down to see the incredible details of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks. Here's the thing. Finally, we have a theme over there in the West Coast. Those West Coast Real Housewives shows normally do not have a theme. You see what can happen when you have a theme? It looks beautiful together. I didn't see a group photo. That's confirming for me that some things happened at this reunion. Did they release a group photo? Can anyone tell me, is there a group photo? Or do we have another season with no group photo because someone left abruptly and quit the show abruptly? Who said that? Who said that? All right. Kathy Hilton. What the hell is that, Kathy? It's Kathy, though. Like, dress. Self-portrait shoes is Aqua Azura. Jewelry, Kathy Hilton and Anna Zuckerman. Hairstylist, Chris Dillon. Makeup artist, Chloe. Nails, Judith. Stylist, Kathy Hilton and Carol Bell. For her look, Kathy told Bravo TV that she channeled old Hollywood glam with a modern twist. Where's the modern twist? I mean, she looks good. I mean, it's age appropriate. I mean, dare I say she looks better than Kyle. Wait, we'll get to Kyle's look. She looks better than Kyle. I mean, I'm not looking to Kathy Hilton to be a fashionista. I think she looks good. Okay. It's not giving sweet tea. But at the same time, we're not going to remember this look. Okay. Dorothy says Kathy's in her own world. Femtaro says, where's the modern twist? That's what I'm looking for. That is what I am looking for. But okay, fine. Look, fine. Look, How would we rate it, though, from 1 to 10? I think it's safe. I'm going to give it a 7, me personally. Norma, where have you been? Hey, Norma. I feel like I haven't seen Norma in forever. But she's... No, Norma DMs me, so I speak to Norma. But we haven't seen her in the live chat. Hey, Norma. Okay, JW says, sorry, caftans, not muumuus. I do love a caftan. I do. I think I have a caftan. I don't know if it's considered a caftan for men. It's something else. But anyway. Oh, damn. The ratings, 5s, 4s, 3s. Okay, more 4s and 5s. Okay. Saint gives it a 6. Okay, 7. Darren gives it a 7. All right. I mean, I could see the 5 to 6, 7 range. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. All right. All right. That was Kathy Hilton's look. Other friend of the show who kind of, people are saying that, we don't need a Kathy Hilton when we have a Jennifer Tilly. And now that Garcelle's not returning, Sutton's definitely going to need some support, even though she's not willing to give the support to other people. Jennifer Tilly, I mean, look, is it my taste? No. However, she always looks put together. When she gets up and dressed, she puts a thing together, okay? I like this. I think her hair looks good. I think the makeup looks good. I like the dress because the dress is giving, because she's also a woman of a particular age, but the dress is giving, I am a woman of a particular age, but I'm still sexy. I can still drop it like it's hot. And it's still tasteful. I like it. Let's see. I'm sure it's Dolce & Gabbana. You know how she loves them. Let me see what we're okay. So dress and shoes. Oh, it's Michael Schmidt Studios. Jewelry is Dolphin Brooch. In the hair, Skummer Burger for Tiffany. One Bulgari Serpentine bracelet. Of course, this is a very detailed list, unlike some of these other lists. One Buccellati bracelet. 4 David Webb rings. 1 Van Cleef and Arpels diamond ring. No name yellow earrings. Okay, 1 vintage 1930s serpentine ring. 1 vintage 1930s. You already know who knew everything that she had on, right? And I'm sure at the reunion, Erika Jayne broke down, oh, she's got this on, this on, and this on, and this on. So she gave a very detailed list to Bravo, okay? Hairstylist was Johnny Stunt. Makeup artist was Aaron Paul. Jennifer told Bravo TV that in addition to creating a golden goddess look with her dress, she basically emptied out her jewelry box with the luxe accessories. I have to say, even though she has that many accessories on, it doesn't feel that way. I like this look. I like it. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8.5. Yeah, I like it. I think she looks great. And mind you, she's a friend of, so we don't really expect a lot from the friend ofs. But I think she looks great here. All right, let's move on. Let's get to, since speaking of the Richard sisters, let's take a look at this. Kyle. All right, let's see who created this look for Kyle. All right. Sidebar, did you guys see the photos of Kyle in Paris with Morgan? Yeah, still together, hanging out in Paris, having a good old time. They were in Amsterdam. They're on a whole European tour. I think they said Morgan is doing dates in Europe. What? Who knows her over there? People that watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so maybe it did work for her career. I'm like, okay. Did you guys see those photos? If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. But I promise you, I think people would have been more excited to hear Kyle Richards say that she wasn't returning this season. But Kyle doesn't have anything else going on in her life, but okay. This is probably my least favorite look. Dresses by Retrofete. Shoes are Manolo Blahnik. And look, we can barely see the shoes. Jewelry is by Melinda Maria. Earrings are by, okay, who cares? Okay, hair, it was done by Angel Gonzalez. Makeup, Pamela Gardy. Kyle noted to Bravo TV backstage that she wasn't as prepared as she'd be normally by picking up her dress the day before yesterday. Nevertheless, the California mom sparkly gold look turned out perfectly. That was the inspo, Kyle said. Get addressed fast. We could tell. What I also don't love about this dress is the cutouts, and then you could see that she's wearing what is it called again? The mesh at the top. I don't like that. You can really see it. And we saw that with Dr. Simone's look for the Married to Medicine reunion. It's not bad, but it's not great either, especially when you look at all the different looks that we get for this reunion. It's my least favorite look. And giving it a 5 out of 10 would still be too good. I'm going to give this a 4. I don't love this. It's my least favorite look from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks. Jen says the dress is giving Ross. Ross sells dresses like this? Oh. Yeah, I don't love this. I don't love it. But I mean, all right. Honestly, though, Kyle, because you're going through this separation and possibly divorce, this was your opportunity to really kill it, to show Mauricio what he's missing. And apparently nothing. Apparently nothing. He's not missing a thing. All right. Let's move on. All right. Let's do Dorit's look. Oh, God. I have to say, as the fashionista, Dorit is, especially in the last couple of years, has been very safe. And I understand that the previous season, she had went through the burglary, PTSD. So she was very conscious of her look. She wasn't really dressing up. Okay. And it seems to have kind of kept into that vein these last couple of seasons, very pulled back looks. This, though, just kind of reminded me of the wedding dress season. Remember when she was designing wedding dresses for that company? I don't know whatever happened to that. Probably the same. Did she put that company out of business like Beverly Beach?
Woo, woo, woo.
Did she put them out? It looks like a wedding dress. I hate the bottom of it. The top, I don't mind. Like I know that's very intentional. The bottom of it looks a little sloppy. I just expect more from Dorit. When you claim to be the fashionista of the group, it's still better than Kyle's. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely giving wedding dress. Is it cream or white? Everyone else, see, of course, she wants to stand out. Is this supposed to be like off-white? Okay, girl. It's not bad, though. But it's a little too safe for Dorit. All right. Femtaro says don't like the top. Someone says that PK is not funding her anymore. It's okay. I don't love it. But it's not bad. I'm going to give this look. I'm going to give this a 7.5, in my opinion. I'm going to give it a 7.5 because I gave Kathy way too high. So I got to base it off of Kathy. She's the curve. I mean, she doesn't look bad. Come on now. Let's not be dramatic. But I don't love it, especially when you're supposed to be the one bringing the fashion. You bring nothing else. So at the very least, bring the fashion. Okay, Femtaro's talking with the fashion. She says, FYI, white, vanilla, and ivory are super in the summer. Also, they're okay. So they are being chic. They're okay. All right. Okay. Allie's giving Dorito 8.5. All right. I'd love to see it. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 reunion looks. We're also going to talk about the real reason Garcelle Bouvet decided to leave the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after 5 successful seasons. All right. let's bring up Sutton. Sutton, also someone who claims to be a fashionista, front row at all the fashion shows. This is a safe look, but I also don't really expect a lot from Sutton. I've never looked at Sutton's reunion looks and be like, yes. But this is not bad. At least it's on theme. It's cream with the gold color. I'm like, okay. It seems safe. I don't know if I love the long hair either. I think with this particular dress, if she had shorter hair, I probably would like it a little bit more. It also feels like the dress is wearing her and she's not wearing the dress. It also feels like it could be tailored a little bit more because she's a very slim woman. Am I being harsh? Am I being too tough on them today? Maybe because my lunch was not that great. They just can't get these salads right. Maybe that's what it is. I think I like the color. I think this dress on someone else, I would like more. And then maybe with a split. Oh, honestly though, Garcelle, we'll get to your look in a second. Garcelle, though, if you had wore this dress with a slit showing some leg, I would love this dress on Garcelle. I like it. I like it though. I like the dress. I just don't like the dress on her. I'm gonna give this, but I still like it more than Kathy. Leaning on a 7.5, 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. But if it was on Garcelle, look, if it was on Garcelle with a slit up the side, yes. T says, but you're giving them high numbers. Are they high? Look. All right. Sophia says it's giving prom. But that's kind of that's very Sutton. Prom. Still in high school energy. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Let's get to the next look. Let's get to Bozema St. John. Bozema St. John. Okay. How would you guys rate this look? What I like about what Bozema has been intentional about this year is that she's been highlighting a lot. I didn't even tell you guys what Sutton was wearing. I guess you don't care, right? You don't care. You don't care who did what. Was it a designer that we need to note? Let me see. Let me bring up back Sutton because I want to be consistent. I didn't even talk about Dorit, who did Dorit stuff. Y'all didn't even remind me. Dorit's dress is Vivienne Westwood. Okay. I mean, even Vivienne gets it wrong. Okay, shoes are by Bet Sabi. Jewelry is by Alexis Bitar. Bracelet, Carolina Herrera. Earrings. Oh, Carolina Herrera earrings. Hairstylist, Tony Medina. Guess she didn't bring that guy back. All right. Makeup artist was Steven Tambina. I hope you guys got paid. Dorit says, the outfit is very effortless, kind of old Hollywood glamorous, but in a very modern, sexy, yet classic way, Dorit told them backstage while getting ready. All right. Let me see what Sutton was wearing. Let's see. Sutton was wearing dresses by August Getty Couture, shoes are Manolo Blahnik, jewelry is Dolce & Gabbana, Ulta Moda, Tiger Watch, Harry Winston necklace. Okay. Right. Look, she's just stunting on us. Wait. All right. We see what that wallet is doing, Sutton. Okay. Hairstylist Melissa Brown, makeup artist Brian Mendez. Sutton told Bravo TV she channeled St. Lucia's stars with her dazzling dress, telling us backstage the dress speaks for itself. Does it? Does it? I mean, okay. It's not bad, though. I think as a group, but again, I don't see a group shot because that just confirms to me what I heard happen at the reunion. But yeah. All right. Let's talk about Bozema. Bozema St. John, who's been very intentional this season. And Vogue highlighted the fact that she highlighted a lot of Black designers during the season. So, and look, she's in marketing. She did that intentionally. And I'm sure the designers appreciate her intentionality in doing that. Okay. So let me tell you what Bozema is wearing. Bozema's dress is by Mimi Yeboah. There we go. Mimi Yeboah. Shoes are by Jessica Rich. Jewelry is by Koi. Hairstylist was by Shebanice Swain. Makeup artist was Tashala Wright. Bozema channeled Ghanaian history for her head-turning look, further sharing with Bravo TV backstage that her royal style had a purpose. So no one can speak to me without addressing me as queen, as the queen that I am. As the queen I am. That's what she says. So she says, so no one can speak to me without addressing me as the queen I am. Well, I love it. It's a throw to her history, her culture, or just her style in general during the season. So she was consistent. If she had came on this stage with a dress that looked like everyone else's, I was like, oppose them, you're not being authentic to yourself. But again, she's in marketing, so she's intentional. I think her hair and makeup look great. I'm sure this is her own hair that she has a business in. I love the color. I love the color is on theme with everything. Skin is skinning. I love the simplicity of the jewelry. Big earrings per usual. I like this look. And the shape is shaping. All right. And the arms are arming. Like, I know we've seen her arms before, but I'm like, the arms are, yes. Okay, arms. Look, trying to do my arms too. I'm going to give this a 9. I like this look. I just like the look gives a story, and I like what she says to Bravo TV. So no one can speak to me without addressing me as the queen I am. I love this look. Do I love the person? We'll get to that. I'm going to give this a 9. Okay. Yes. Come on. Carmela, let me see. Carmela says, the headpiece should have matched the color of the dress a bit more. I mean, I could see that, but for me, then it sort of, it stands out more. And maybe that was the intention. Maybe that was the intention. All right, Jasmine gives it a 9. Soraya, 8. Danny, 5. PSM, 5. Glenn gave it an 8. Theo gave it a 7. Nay gave it I like the dress. Shar gave it a 9. Allie says, people saying this isn't for a reunion. Who said that? But you like Jenna Lyons in a robe and jeans. Bye. Did they? We didn't. We liked the photo, but we definitely did not like it in the reunion because it looked real sloppy for Jenna Lyons. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I like it. Because again, this is authentic to her, but still going with the theme of the color. So unlike her friend. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Erika Girardi, aka Erika Jayne. I like this look. This is one of my favorite looks from the reunion. First of all, the body is gorgeous. The color, it's on theme, but it looks like a work of art. I love the way that some people don't like this, but I like how the material is hugging her breasts. It's like she's a statue. I love this. Her hair and makeup, she didn't do too much on the makeup. It's very simple. I like how the simplicity of the hair. I love this look on her. And she's delivering because she delivers in the fashion. So she knows she had to show up and deliver at this reunion. I like this look on her. I'm giving this a 10. Yeah. Someone said, doesn't she look washed out? I don't think so. I think this particular color, a little like darker tan, it's actually perfect. If she went lighter, I think it would have washed her out. I think this was perfect on her. B says she is gorgeous in this dress. 10 also. I like this. I really, really like this look. Felicia gave it a 9. Jamaki gave it a 9. Let's see who did what in regards to her reunion look. This is Erika Jayne. Dress is Morgan Pini. Custom Valdrin Sahidi. Shoes are Aquazora. Jewelry, I don't know what that is. Hair is by Iggy Rosales. Makeup was by Damian Diaz. Erika wanted goddess vibes. Oh, she's definitely giving goddess. And 90s supermodel glam. Oh, I'm getting it. I'm seeing it, Erika. I'm seeing that for her stunning reunion style. Additionally, the expensive singer revealed first this year, I'll be wearing a long dress. I've always worn short things, but today it's going to the floor. And it's gorgeous. Like, even the way, whoever took the picture, great job. Because even the way that it melts down to the floor, just look at the material, guys. Look closer at this material. Again, once we see it at the reunion, it's going to be more telling in regards to what outfits we like more. But it looks expensive. It flows really well. I love the hair and the makeup. I mean, we don't see her shoes, but I'm okay with that. I liked it. This is one of my favorite looks. This is one of my favorites, if not my favorite look, from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. All right? All right. Again, if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know how you would rate the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks. Last but definitely not least. I'm going to be like this. Look. Hold on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it live right now because I am mad. Oh, wait. I see Garcelle's picture. Garcelle! I'm sorry. What? Garcelle. Okay, we'll do a separate live talking about these looks. Garcelle. Okay, Garcelle. Okay, let me focus. Hold on.
Hey guys, so I have some news.
I'm gonna be like this. Look. Sorry. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's just my reaction. I can't help myself. Let's talk about Garcelle's look. Garcelle. Like, I wasn't prepared for this, but this is the way you go out. Garcelle, the body is bodying. Okay? The detail. That's what I love about Garcelle's outfit and what I love about Erika Jayne's outfit. I'm sure once we see it in person, you can see video Garcelle's outfit on her Instagram. So it's not cheap looking at all. I'm glad she's back to the dark hair. Makeup looks great. Hair looks great. The dress, though. The body, though. She looks great. I love this. It might be a pain, though, to get around it, though, because I'm like, and I wonder how heavy it is. How heavy is this? Because it looks like it's heavy. Amanda says I was on live for that reaction, yes. You already know what my score is. You saw you saw my live reaction when I saw this for the very first time yesterday. This is a 10 plus. This is an 11. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love this. And then when you look a little bit closer, the detail. I love it. 10 for me. And I love her hair and makeup. I love that she went back to the dark hair. I love the red hair too. I just was getting tired of it. We had a whole season of just the red hair, and then some moments the hair wasn't airing. And I love this look on her, though. Gigi says a face card never declines. All right. Saint says, beat it down. It's the details for me, 10s across the board. That's what's getting me too, Saint. It's the details. I love the details of Erika's dress, and I'm loving the details of this dress. And then just look at the pattern around the breast, the pattern around the waist. And I'm sure it's doing a slimming effect with the way that the material and the ornateness of what's happening is also. And then she has the gloves. All right, this is the way you go out. This is the way that you go out. This is a 10 for me. Let me see who did what. Like, we're going in, and I didn't even talk about who did what. And they put Garcelle as the first person. Dress and gloves by Yosef Al-Jazmi. Shoes are Alexander Berman. Jewelry is Sterling Forever. Stylist was Kenneth Crowder. Makeup, Natalie Malchev. Hair was Devontae Turnbull. Garcelle shared with Bravo TV that she channeled a glamorous Nubian queen. All right. And created a warm and bronzy makeup look to go with her eye-popping dress. We haven't seen Garcelle look this good in a long time. I love this look. And again, this is the best way for her to go out on this show, on top. Even if she had a bad reunion look, Garcelle has been stellar in these last few years. So let's get to the Garcelle of it all, okay? So Garcelle this morning announced that she will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in a video statement.
Hey guys, so I have some news. I've decided to leave Beverly Hills. It's been a wild ride. I mean, some amazing things have happened, and some hard things have also happened, but it's been a ride nevertheless. One of the reasons why I'm leaving is my family, my boys. Their last year of high school is next year, and I want to be a part of that. And Jade is starting a new career, and I want to be a part of that too. And secondly, I have the most exciting projects that I am developing, producing, and acting in. I can't tell you anything right now, but you'll know soon. And I just want to say thank you to Andy Cohen to Bravo, NBC Universal, Evolution, 32 Flavors, the producers, the crew, and of course, the ladies. Andy Cohen says I can come back anytime. The door will always be open. So you never know. I might pop back in sometime. To the fans, I want to say...
Wait. Wait. Did you guys see? We're body language experts. Did you see when she kind of went like this? Because she's had a time on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as the only Black woman there for a very long time. And the one willing to talk about race, which made some of y'all, not just these women on the show, the fan base uncomfortable and still troll her to this day in her comment section. Okay? So her kind of giving a to the fans. There have been a lot of people that have loved Garcelle. She's definitely a fan favorite, and there's definitely a lot of love for her. But it's the body language for me. Let me play it back for you, and then we'll get to the tea of it all.
You never know. I might pop back in sometime. To the fans, I want to say thank you so much. You guys have cheered me on, supported me, and sometimes even fought for me or on my behalf. It means a lot. And I hope you guys will continue on this journey with me. It's not goodbye. It's see you later. So see you later.
Look, Garcelle already has a lot that she's working on that we knew about, from the Lifetime to the Hulu to the Netflix. She's got a lot happening, but apparently it seems that she has a lot more that might be happening that she has not announced yet. As I said to you before, I could see her doing the acting stuff, but I think for her, the sweet spot will be a daytime or nighttime talk show. I could definitely see Garcelle in that space. And there are not a lot of people, I think, that can be in that space. She is one of the few. Honestly, she could replace a couple of them that are currently on. Name them. Name them. No, we won't. I've done it already. It's pointless at this particular point. They've been renewed. All right. So, okay. Where do I begin in regards to this? I wasn't surprised at the news that Garcelle was not returning because according to sources, I told you, I've been hinting at this since I dropped that video when Garcelle posted on her social media the day after the reunion, not all skin folk are kinfolk. Okay? And everyone said, oh, that's about Anna Marie. That's about Anna Marie. And I was like, I was like, okay, I'll give you that because Garcelle never put a name on it. Garcelle never confirmed it. But then I started getting tea from multiple sources about what went down at this reunion. And I told you what went down. And if you've been following our recaps of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we've had people call in and confirm the tea that I've heard when it comes to Boz and her history, alleged history in corporate America, allegedly, and how she's treated people there. Okay? So then it just kind of confirmed. I was like, wait. Okay. And I heard Boz did a fantastic job at this reunion. But I also heard that Garcelle was blindsided by Boz at this reunion, allegedly. So when Boz did that E-Talk interview and she says, I didn't know what Garcelle meant by the post, not all skin folk are your kinfolk. She didn't think anything of it until fans were saying something of it. Yes, you did. Because you know exactly what you did at that reunion. You know exactly what you brought up at that reunion. So we already know what was brought up during the season in regards to Dorit's burglary. We know that, right? So that comes up again at the reunion. And of course, because Dorit and Boz have a friendship, that's brought up again, and Boz defends Dorit. And allegedly, from what I'm hearing, says if it was me, I would have sued you. What? For defamation. But it doesn't end there. There was something that Sutton said in one of the after shows in regards to Boz and I guess the interaction between her and Boz. I can't remember which one, but we talked about it briefly during one of our recaps in regards to Sutton saying, not calling Boz exactly angry, but I forgot her exact words. I don't want to mix it up because I don't have it in front of me. But Boz brings that up, but turns it on Garcelle, allegedly. Turns it on Garcelle. as if she said this in front of you and you did nothing. Yup. I've been sitting on that for weeks because I wasn't sure if they were going to talk about it. But what I also heard, Garcelle was so blindsided, allegedly, by what went down, okay? So blindsided that she left the reunion and said, I quit. Whew, I've been sitting on that for weeks. So I wasn't shocked when I saw the announcement. I was just waiting. I thought she might have changed her mind, to be honest with you. And I know Garcelle gave it a lot of thought. And yes, she did what a lot of us do. She's not going to go burning down the house before she leaves. She's going to not burn that bridge with Bravo. Okay? She's not going to burn that bridge with Bravo. Someone says Bose is the other black girl, the other Hulu show that Garcelle is a star in on Hulu. Just like, she's booked and busy. So, as I said to you before, I heard this, but then I started hearing all this other stuff about people saying things about Bose, allegedly. And then, as you know, we've had people call in and confirm, oh, yeah, I worked with her at Apple. Yeah, I know someone that worked with her at this particular place and blah, 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 blah. And she comes in saying that she wants to, give diversity and she has favorites and those favorites are never black people. I was just like, oh. I was like, okay. Allegedly. Look, everything that I'm saying is alleged. We shall see how the reunion plays out. But as I said to you before, I wasn't surprised that Garcelle decided this. And I know, and I'm not going to say this for a fact, even though in my heart, read between my lines right now. What lines? Look, read between the lines. Garcelle was ready to return. And Sutton, word on the street, Sutton didn't have Garcelle's back during this reunion. Is that why Garcelle did not go out with Sutton after the reunion? Don't normally they go out after the reunion? You notice that Sutton posted that photo. She was with her gays and Garcelle wasn't there. Well, I heard Garcelle was fed up. Garcelle did not want to see anyone or anything. And I think that's why I haven't seen a group photo. Has anyone seen a group photo yet? I haven't seen a group photo. If anything, that's confirming for me that she really up and hightailed it out of that reunion saying, I quit. Don't ever say I can't hold a secret. I've been sitting on that for weeks. Well, not that long. How many weeks? The 28th? So my intuitive nature, I told you, I was like, something's, because everyone's saying that post was about Anna Marie. That post was about Anna Marie. And everyone's like, don't pit the two black women against you. I'm not pitting anyone against anyone. How about the black women support each other on this show instead of throwing one under the bus for a white woman? How about that? But we shall see. We'll see. I'm sure the trailer will drop. But, everybody, Bose did a fantastic job at the reunion. Mm-hmm. Until y'all try to throw her under a bus next season. We shall see. Okay. I saw someone on I think it was X, that said, with Garcelle leaving, this will shake up the group dynamics. That's not who needed to leave to shake up the group's dynamics. One of the Fox Force flunkies needed to leave, particularly Kyle. But you know what? I will keep Kyle for Dorit to go because Dorit continues to give us nothing. What has Dorit given us besides fake storylines? What has she given it? What has she given us? Nothing. At least with Kyle, although I don't believe everything that comes out of Kyle's mouth, I could tolerate Kyle more than Dorit. Burrito. But okay. Kay says Bozo. Not Bozo. I'm calling Doge. You know what? I can't. So the real reason that Garcelle is leaving, I do believe her. Part of what made her decide was her family because of how her family has been treated since being on the show. Her son did not want to film. Jax did not want to film this season because of the abuse that he had to be, what he received on social media and bullied. So I'm sure that was another indication for her. I think the reunion really was just the cherry on top for Garcelle in regards to why she decided to leave. So she, they're in their last year of high school. Fantastic. And look, Garcelle does have a lot. I'm glad that Garcelle's leaving while she's still on top in regards to this show, because it would be inevitable that they would try and take her down. And I would not expect Garcelle to reveal anything or do anything other than what she did in that video, and just say, it's just time for a new chapter. I have other things that are going on that are more important. But I will say this, and I've been saying this during my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recaps, that Garcelle is so critical to this show. And we saw so many countless times during this last season why she was so important and significant on this show. So I'm a little concerned for Beverly Hills coming up. I am a little concerned for Beverly Hills. And as Garcelle said on Watch What Happens Live, look, F Erika. Okay. All right. Gary, thank you so much for the super chat. Gary says the best dressed ladies at the end of each couch. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Gary, for the super chat. Asha, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I need Kemper to say my name the way he said Garcelle to wake me up in the morning. Asha! No, that was real natural. I went to the high voice with that. JW, thank you so much for the super chat. JW says, I see Garcelle being like a Cynthia Bailey for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but with more successful businesses and acting jobs. I'm trying to... Look, so Garcelle did leave the door open. I just don't see Garcelle returning to Beverly Hills. I think Garcelle will, especially if she gets that daytime talk show. Like I am co-creating for her because I think she would be fantastic at it. After that, she won't need to come back to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills was good. I think this was just an opportunity to elevate and open her up to a whole other audience that doesn't realize that she's been that girl since the 90s. Okay? So, and she will continue to be that girl for forever. Okay? Danny, thank you so much for the super chat. Danny says, Bose's IG shows better detail of her dress. You guys can go check it out there. And again, we'll see it during the reunion as well. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. We have over 2,000 people here watching our recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks, but also talking about Garcelle Bouvet opening up about leaving the show. And I just shared with you the word on the street of what really went down. Word on the street, Garcelle was blindsided. Word on the street, Garcelle allegedly quit the show that day. And she walked off the set. And that's why she said, not all skin folk are your kinfolk. It's not about Anna Marie, for those that have been wanting that to be that. It wasn't. And I get it. And look, we will continue. Look, the season finale of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills airs tonight. We will be recapping that tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST. And then we'll be talking about the reunion after that. All right. I did drop the call-in link for our senior royals. I'm going to drop the call-in link for our royal court members as well. Team Kempire members, I'll be dropping a call link for you guys as well. All right. So you guys have first access backstage, okay? And of course, live chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Replay crew, I want to hear what you have to say in regards to the reunion looks and the tea that I just spilled, okay? Norma, hey Norma, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Norma says, I look forward to working with Garcelle in one of her TV projects and hanging with her in Oxnard, Speak It Into Existence. I know that's right, Norma. I would love to see that because I want all the tea. That would be fantastic. Norma. We got to catch up, Norma. Agata, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Agata says, I will miss Garcelle, and I loved your reaction to her dress. She looks fabulous. She does look fabulous, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Caitlin, thank you so much for the super chat. Caitlin says, Garcelle used the platform to put eyes on her projects, especially when we go missing. That part. And more people. And look, and that's exactly what Bose is doing as well. I don't hate on the player or the game, okay? Because it's smart. Bose has these workshops. She has a hairline. She wants to promote those things. That is smart business. I just don't feel like you need to take anyone out in order to do that. Allegedly. All right. Okay. If you're a member of the channel, I've dropped the call link for you guys. We have quite a few members backstage. We have over 2,000 of you watching on multiple platforms. Shout out to the ton of you that are watching on Twitter. Hey, Twitter. And on Facebook and on Twitch. Make sure you guys are following us there. And don't forget, our friends over at Buttah are sponsoring today's live. Get your 10% off with our link in the description at buttahskin.com/Kempire. Check it out. I put on my Buttah skincare this morning. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already as well. And everything Kempire will be available in the description. Oh, okay. Jamal says, if everything Kemp is saying truly transpires at this reunion, I will officially be done with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because this season honestly wasn't that great. A lot of people have said that. Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to do some shifts. They're going to have to do some shifts next season in regards to the direction because a lot of people have been saying that about this season. And Sutton, TikTok. Because again, we saw the writing on the wall on how Sutton has not had Garcelle's back. It was like a foreshadowing of what happens at this reunion, allegedly, about Sutton not having Garcelle's back during this moment either. And Garcelle started to see it. I don't know the state of their relationship right now, but I wish you luck. You had the one person that had your back is now leaving. Who's going to have your back? Kyle? Good luck. If anything, they're going to aim to take you down next season. And it doesn't matter how big your wallet will be then. All right. Okay. Let's get to some callers and then I am going to be done with it, right? Okay. Live chat. We'll drop the call link. Mods, let me know. We have almost 2,000 people watching on YouTube alone. Let me know where we should get to in regards to likes because I'm not trying to be generous today. All right. Tanya's backstage. We're going to bring Tanya up next. And just a reminder, guys, the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, the Kempire LLC, and everything that they say is alleged. And they also don't represent the opinions of our sponsors. Okay. So let's bring Tanya up. First, Tanya, what do you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. Happy Tuesday. Oh, yeah, today's Tuesday already.
Yes.
Let me make this quick because I'm at work in the bathroom. Anyways, so Garcelle, honestly, a true queen. 10s all across the board. Me love me West Indian them woman, okay? She deserves the best because we know Garcelle for many, many years. We know that she's going to be fruitful wherever she plants her roots, okay? However, for Sutton, whoa, cue the whoa, because I was very much Team Sutton. I was very much Team Sutton on Garcelle, but after she wanted to be in Kyle's good graces so bad in the last episode that she left her only friend stranded, she better really watch out. Next season, they are going to come for her. Erika, Dorit, and Kyle are going to bury her. And then Bose, watch out next because they're going to come for you next. No one who looks like them is ever going to be able to be substantiated on the show because they're always going to find a reason. So love Garcelle. Hope she has an amazing career. I will be following. Love you, Kempire.
Thank you, Tanya. Take care. All right. Perfect timing. All right. Cynthia's backstage. It's a feel like deja vu from yesterday. Cynthia, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
How are you?
I'm so sad to see Garcelle go. I really like Garcelle. Her dress was amazing. Stop by, say. Oh, my Haitian beauty. She's a beauty queen. Kempire, honestly, Garcelle has gave Sutton chance after chance after chance. I will never forget that reunion. I believe it was the reunion where they were attacking her son, and she didn't say anything. She didn't stand up for Garcelle at all. And you're next. Your time is up, Virgo.
Oh.
Your time is up, Virgo.
Cynthia said it, not me. Virgos. All right, Cynthia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kempire. You have a good day.
You too. All right. Let me restart the class. She did in 30 seconds. All right. We have Winter backstage. We're going to bring Winter up next. Winter, what did you want to share about this news?
Hi, Kempire. Okay, so I wasn't shocked that Garcelle was leaving. I kind of felt in the last few seasons that she was kind of like fading in the background. Like you could just tell she was more into her other projects instead of this show. So I kind of knew her time was coming to an end. I really loved her look, and I just my initial reaction was your initial reaction. Like I was like, oh my God, finally she got it right. And then for her to leave, it was like, really, really? But Kyle, like, that dress is so hideous. It was giving Dr. Simone with, like, it's supposed to be see-through on top, but it's supposed to glare with your skin. I was like, what is this? Like, it's not giving OG energy. Like, I was so disappointed. You can tell, like, she just doesn't even care. But I feel like every reunion, she puts no effort. Sutton, so prom. She's just tacky all around. My favorite was Erika. Like, I love the way that dress just fit her. She didn't do too much. I like Boz dress as well. I like the way Boz dresses, but I feel like she over-accessorizes sometimes. Like, I'm just like, tone it down with the accessories. That's my only thoughts on how she dresses. Okay. But yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we have Daylin backstage. Daylin, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just want to say Garcelle is bringing Fancy back with that dress. I was like, yes, Fancy, you better come through. But it kind of reminded me of what Kiarna tried to pull off at the Potomac reunion because I think the pearls were in the same kind of pattern. Garcelle ate it. She ate it up. And I'm kind of sad that she's leaving because now that she's leaving, I have no reason to watch. So this will be my last season watching Beverly Hills, sadly, but gladly. And I honestly feel like they should have chopped Erika and kept Crystal because Garcelle would have had someone to have her back. Because once Erika came up with the house storyline, they should have said, chop, let's get Crystal back. Because if Crystal would have clocked Boz and her auntie Tamisha tactic.
Oh, damn. All right.
Have
Thanks,
a good
Daylin.
day.
Bye. All right. Okay, let me bring up a Brooklyn Star next. Brooklyn Star, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Good. I'm just going to breeze through it really quick. I feel like Kathy always gives 10 in the face, but she's too rich to wear like confetti sequins. Like that's the really cheap sequins. Jennifer Tilly, I think she's also gorgeous, but I think another color in that dress would have been more flattering because I feel like the gold shows everything. Kyle, let me tell you, since she's transitioned to her stronger lifestyle, she seems so uncomfortable in her old style. Have you noticed that? She seems uncomfortable. And Dorit is giving low budget. The girls in Beverly Hills, you always can tell that they don't have real money as soon as the divorce hits. Their style changes dramatically, like low funds. Sutton, it looks like Sherry Hill, prom. She's too rich too to be dressing like that. Boz, I just like the dress, and her skin always looks gorgeous. Erika looks like Golden Age Hollywood in the face, like Betty Davis. I like this color on her because she always does like bright blue or like dark eyes. I don't like it, but this looks gorgeous. And I think she has a new benefactor. She looks like she's getting money again, okay? She looks good. And Garcelle, my Haitian sister, she looks good. I haven't seen this kind of sparkle and confident look in her eyes in a while. Like, I don't know. I think since the new year, like, you know, through her IG, she just looks different. Like, she looks like, I got this. I'm that chick. And I bet you her DMs are flooded, okay? She's great.
All right.
And I like the black hair back. That's all.
All right. Thanks, Brooklyn Star. Bye. Yeah, baby, you know when you quit a job and you gave your 2 weeks notice, you probably get that sparkle back in your eye too. Like, especially when you're like, yeah, I am truly done with this show. All right, we're going to bring O'Shea up next. O'Shea, what did you want to share?
There goes the show, Kempire. There goes the show.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have Miami left to watch. I guess there's Miami and Salt Lake. Is that all we have to watch? I mean, of quality that's left to watch. Yeah, seeing that made me very sad. It made me very sad, especially for what the dynamic is going to end up being next season. Because I know they're not going to fire Kyle, Erika, or Dorit. And I guess they're going to finally get what they wanted, just them. Just them, well, just the white people. And I hope they have fun by themselves. But thanks, Emma.
Thanks, O'Shea. All right. Let me get to a couple of these super chats. I did drop the call and link for the general audience. You're lucky because I didn't have to. Mr. Melon Magic, thank you so much for the super chat. Mr. Melon Magic says, Bozo, you fool. You sticking up for a version of Reba with a fake English accent and an expired MasterCard with a mini coupe of lies. Holy Ghost fire. Damn. Damn. Angie, thank you so much for the super chat. Angie says, Kemp, do you think Sutton will continue on Beverly Hills? I think she will, but it's not going to look good for her. And she thinks Jennifer Tilly is going to be a good advocate for her. I think she's a good advocate, but not a strong one. Gary, thank you so much for the super chat. Gary says, if this is true, Bose will see more fans turn on her and we won't be there to defend her. But this tracks considering her corporate past. I just have to add that. But and word on the street, people knew. People were warning people, allegedly. Amelia, thank you so much for the super chat. Amelia says, only watch the show because of Garcelle. It will be boring without her. Now Sutton will be the main target next season. Much love from Belgium. Thank you, Amelia. You know, I've been thinking about going back to Belgium. I've been there like twice. I like Belgium. It was nice. And it's like a quick trip from Amsterdam. Keith, thank you so much for the super chat. Keith, and for being a member. Keith says, most of Sutton's fan base were Garcelle fans, especially with the Black viewers. Congrats, Sutton. You played yourself. Especially if it's true that she didn't have Garcelle's back during the reunion. And again, we saw that in last week's episode. So the foreshadowing of that makes complete sense now. Keith, thank you so much for another super chat. Keith says, Kyle knows she wanted to wear some oversized denim boots and a cowboy hat. How you doing? However, I would like to see Golden Brooks on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But is Golden Brooks living that life, though, over there in Hollywood? Like, I don't want to set people up for, the fan. We have to think about the fans that watch this show. I don't need people setting up for her to be, criticized and ridiculed on this show. Norma, thank you so much for another super chat. Norma says, don't come for me. Wait, all due respect to the LGBTQ plus community, but Kyle's dress was designed by Morgan Wade, scissored to pieces. No, I'm not coming for you, and I'm a part of the LGBT community. That was funny, Norma. Scissored to pieces. It's funny because it's true. Tish, thank you so much for the super chat. Tish says, I only watch for Garcelle. I think fans need to be real. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is boring compared to Salt Lake City. Oh, I mean, yeah. When you compare what we got for Salt Lake City this past season, especially that season finale, woo! But Salt Lake City brought it this year. Beverly Hills was mid this season, let's be honest. And some of the highlights, we recapped it. I don't need to rehash it. But some of the highlights were was the Augusta trip, were these moments with Garcelle and Sutton. You're not going to tell me that Bose and Dorit's friendship really brought much of anything besides this disdain for what the hell is happening here? They weren't entertaining to watch. All right. Norma, it's okay. I understood what you meant. All right, let me get to the rest of these callers, and then I'm getting out of here. You know what, Mia Moore? Shut up. Mia Moore says Golden Brooks and Dawn from En Vogue are probably neighbors. Y'all are too much today. All right, Janelle's backstage. We're going to bring Janelle. Janelle.
Bonjour.
That bonjour was a little off. Is it the Mercury?
No, because I was taken aback by that comment about sorry. Sorry. Let me not waste my time. Bonjour. Tens across the board. Yes, Garcelle coming through with the listen, that outfit was everything. I loved it. Give me more. It felt very Josephine Baker inspired. Like I said, give it. I'm sad to see Garcelle leave. She was the reason why I started watching Beverly Hills again, because when I saw they got somebody black and they got somebody black that I grew up with, I remember watching the Jamie Foxx show as a kid. I was like, okay, bet I'm there, because it got a little too vanilla. Yes, Norma. Hey, girl, text me. We on a group chat. So Norma texts me. We got to talk about this solar eclipse in Aries because, girl, I'm going through it. But this is not about me. It's about Garcelle. I will not say that Bose is the type to do this, but I have worked in workplaces where if there's more than one of us, something always ends up happening. I will say, and that's what I'll say about that. But I'm sad to see Garcelle go. But you know what? She is Sagittarius, and Sagittariuses are going into their villain era. So, bonjour, amen. Garcelle, let me know what you're doing. Bye!
Bye, Janelle. Oh, yeah. Janelle see, when I tell you Sagittarius, light, fun, and almost kitty, and that's not in a disrespectful way, but kitty energy. I love a Sagittarius. They're bubbly. They're big personalities. Can't date one. A big person. Just saying. I shouldn't say that, because I might be able to deal with dating one. I just have to, they'll get me out of my box, maybe. All right. Ariana's backstage. We're going to bring Ariana up next. Ariana, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
Well, how are you?
Good. I'm also a Sag, so I can confirm you probably shouldn't date one. My ex is a Taurus. Just stay, yeah.
Poor thing. Poor guy.
No, he was definitely the problem. Okay, hold on now. He was the problem.
Oh, sure.
That's all straight men are. But, okay.
Well,
I am really, really sad to see Garcelle go. I think she brought a whole different energy to the show. And if what you said actually happens for this reunion, I'm gone with her. Like, that's crazy, especially for Sutton. And another caller said this, but yeah, you said this, like her fans, Sutton's fans are Garcelle's fans. I wouldn't like Sutton without Garcelle. So, yeah. So she better.
So not only will the ladies turn on Garcelle, the fans are going to turn on, not on Garcelle, on Sutton.
Yeah.
So will the fans. Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the way that it sounds, I'm kind of done with the show anyways. It had a good run, I guess.
Thanks, Ariana.
Bye.
All right. Let me stop the timer. Let me bring up Mel next. Mel, what did you want to share about the Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks and Garcelle leaving?
Well, first off, I loved your reaction yesterday. It was so cute. I never heard you sound like that ever. So, it was everything. But you got all of us. This tea today, you got all of us I'm in the break room. You got people in the stairwells, bathrooms. Like, we are calling in to do this. But let me say this. So, you know what? I believe you. If this is what you're saying, your report that you got your information from, of course, is true, then you know what, Kempai, what's sad to me, was very sad to me, is in 2025, our sisters are losing to women like Anna Marie, Stacey Dash, and Candace Owens. If it done this, then that means our sisters like Garcelle are losing to the other sisters that are representing the other side. And that idea of being very competitive with your own sister, that's very crazy to me. And Sutton, honey, if you was not protecting Garcelle like you should have, that she protect you all this long time, then I'm sorry, you will have to take a double dose of Boniva to get the damn fans off of your bony, scrawny, osteoporosis back. Because simple fact is, yeah, you were saved by Miss Garcelle, honey. You would have got crushed up into a pillow of salt, a pillow of powder, because you're so listen, Empire. I'm watching, and I'll be calling in. I have this. Yeah, well, I'll talk to you soon.
I've never seen Mel talk like that, but okay, Mel, we see it's in you. Thanks, Mel. Bye. Woo! Everybody's very passionate today. I appreciate the passion, Replay crew. Feel free. Again, no fighting in the comment section, but feel free to share your thoughts. All right. Let me say thank you to SD Mac, and thank you for being a member, SD Mac, and for the super chat. Garcelle was just on Sherry's show. She has big projects coming up. Housewives of Beverly Hills needs to break up that Mean Girl group. Bose, watch your back. I knew it would be down to one black girl shaking my head. Yeah. And unfortunately, it might have been because of the black girl. But there's room for two. Didn't she just say that in an interview? All right. Miss Sharon's backstage to give us our March Madness update.
Hey, Kempai, how you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm doing fine. The games come back Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I won't be talking to you probably until next week. Sorry.
Okay, fine. I understand.
But the reason why I called was I was going through Instagram one time, and it may have been an interview that you had talked about. And when I scrolled through it and I was happened to hear Garcelle's name, and the interviewer, or I don't know if it was the interviewer or who it was, but he was saying that Garcelle was upset because she's not the only black girl on the show anymore. She wants to be the only black girl on the show. And I was so appalled by that. I just couldn't believe that they were saying that. But I tell you what, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ratings won't be the same next year, because nobody's going to watch it because Garcelle is gone. And I thought she was a good asset to the show.
Yeah.
So, and whoever that was, boy, he broke Sutton down like a fraction.
Yeah. Mel.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later. Beyond the Gates is on. Bye.
Bye. I love how Miss Sharon calls in like we are interrupting her. Ma'am, you called us, and I thought you were giving us our March Madness update. All right. We love Miss Sharon. Okay. Last but definitely not least, Nicole's backstage. Nicole, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempai. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect. First, I want to say hello. It's Aries season, the best season of all year. I'm turning 50 on April 16th, and it's going to be a fabulous, wonderful time because I surely don't look like what I went through. Thank God for that.
I know that's right. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. Next, I just want to say this. The only reason why Sutton and Garcelle, like I watched Sutton like
just diminished her support of Garcelle over the past 2 seasons is because she wants to be close to Kyle and Erika due to their proximity to whiteness. And that's where she really feels like, based on her society that she came from, where she really belongs. And Garcelle was like the last of the Mohicans, meaning the bottom of the barrel that took and befriended her. And that was not her place. And when she was, I was struck by that when she was talking to Garcelle and Tilly about it on the beginning of the trip, about how she felt about it. It was like, it just kept on saying, she almost said, like, I'm not supposed to be here. The only one that want to be with me is Garcelle, the Black woman. But see, this is why the 92% is sitting down for just reasons just like this, because white women don't want to stand up for us as we stand up for them. So Garcelle is taking her rightful place on her throne, and I'm glad that she's going. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Bye-bye.
Wow. She's brought up some valid points. Look, the points are valid. The points are valid. All right, let me say thank you. We had quite a few super chats, guys. We don't normally go live at this time, but we had a lot of Beverly Hills conversation to have. And a lot of you have been waiting and asking for me to talk about some of the tea that I've been hearing. But if you've been following our recaps, we will be recapping the season finale of Beverly Hills tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST. I've been giving you some information. Tish has called in and shared some information on her end. And today I just gave you everything I heard, okay, in regards to this reunion. Again, no one has confirmed for me, did we see a group shot? Because again, I heard someone left the reunion upset and quit and did not want to be around any of them. Just saying. You also noticed that in Garcelle's goodbye, she said, and to the ladies, thank you. But she didn't say, Sutton, blah, 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 nothing. Just saying. Tish, speaking of Tish, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. She says, I'm legit in a meeting. I got my AirPods in and my hair is covering it. I can't call in, but I have thoughts. I'm so sorry, Tish. Maybe another time. Well, maybe tomorrow during our recap of Beverly Hills. That's hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. I love that for us. I love that for me and our community, because all of you are because everybody's back in the office. When we first started, everybody was working from home, pretending like they were working and they were calling in. Okay, me too. All right. But thank you so much for the super chat, Tish. I just love that everybody is calling in stairwells, meetings, bathroom stalls, on the streets, okay? In the middle of appointments. Live Well LA, thank you so much. What is that, Live Well LA? Is that like a thing that you do? Is it your YouTube channel? Live Well says, when we gonna have a real convo about hate from the West African sisters? Oh, I don't know. We could have a conversation. I don't know. Okay, Tyrese, thank you so much for the super chat. Tyrese, thank you so much for being a member. Tyrese says, I wonder if Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will call Cynthia Bailey. They shouldn't. Cynthia can't keep up with those girls. Yeah, she's friends with them, but she can't keep up with those girls. She's better in Atlanta, and even in Atlanta, she's struggling between the wigs and the outfits. She won't be able to keep up with these. Look. All right. Keith, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Keith says, I did say there can only be one DEI hire. Wait, I did say there can only be one DEI hire. Shaking my head. # Virgo intuition. It's sad we can't have anything nice. It's sad when the person that's doing it to us, it's our own, allegedly. But it's sad to hear that this is pattern of behavior. Corporate America, now to reality television. All right. Anyway, shout out to the 1,000 of you watching on Twitter. Hey, Twitter. And as always, for those that are going to be taking the tea, don't forget to cite your sources. We do it all the time over here, but I'm putting y'all on notice. Cite your source. And of course, shout out to our King's Guard. Shout out to our channel members. Shout out to our Club Kempire baddies that are a part of our Apple subscription. I've given you another free 3-day trial to join. If you want to hear my White Lotus recap, the 5th episode recap I just did was juicy. You can also hear the Kempire After Dark live from New York show on the Club Kempire Apple Podcast subscription as well. That will only be there till April 1st, so subscribe today. And if you want a little bit about my skincare or know about my skincare, be sure to check out Buttah. Head on over to buttahskin.com/Kempire for your 10% off. especially their silky soft towels. That is a game changer. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.